last time it was present tenses, now it's past tenses. Get closer. Squeeze in. Make like an equal circle. Now I will start explaining, and you will see how identical it is to the present. And you will have more understanding than before, because the past tenses, the past aspects of the past tense, they absolutely coincide with the present tenses. You will now see it. So, completed actions in the past, the simple past. Past, regular actions in the past, or just completed actions in the past. How do we form the second verb form, right? Study English. Again, yesterday at home, I remembered about Monday course. Opened my folder and a little bit. What did you do? Studied English. So you may say, yesterday I studied English. You may say, when I was at university, when I was at school, I also studied English. So you use the simple past when it was a long time ago, right? Not just now. Let's make a negative sentence from this. I did not study English. I didn't study English. And make a question here. Did you study English? Did you study English yesterday? Like, no, I didn't because it was Sunday, right? I didn't study. Did you study? This is the simple past. With the simple past, we always use verb to. Without was, right? Without was. When should we use was? When we deal with adjectives. For example, I was popular, I was happy, I was married, and so on. When you talk about the verbs, no was. Just I and the verb in the second form. I studied, I went, I thought, I took, and so on. Now let's take a process. A process, but also in the past. Process. Remember? We had the same in the present, now in the past. Friday, let's remember Friday. 9:05, we were here. It was 9:05 evening, we were here on Friday. What were we doing? What were we all doing on Friday? We were studying English. Absolutely. We were studying English at what time? At 9:05. Exact moment in the past. When you have exact moment, you always use the continuous past. I was studying. I was sitting here. I was listening to the trainer. I was practicing something. Also, you may use it with parallel actions in the past. Parallel actions. For example, when we were studying English here in this room, my husband was watching TV at home. It was parallelly, right? So you say we were studying while, в то время как, while my husband was watching TV. My husband was watching TV. While connects these two actions, right? Okay, this is it. Also, you may say, I was doing something when some action interrupted. перебить, прервать, interrupted my process. For example, when I was studying English on Friday at 9 o'clock, my friend called me and interrupted my process. Every time, remember, you have interruption and a process, you use past continuous and past simple. Yeah, let's see. For example, we were studying English. We were studying English on Friday at 9 when my telephone rang. My telephone rang, we use the second verb form. My telephone rang when I was studying. Action interrupts a process. Get it? Okay, so this is the continuous past. Please ask a question to this sentence. We were studying English. Ask a question.
Were we studying?
Were we studying English? Or what were you doing? What was your husband doing last Friday? What was your wife doing? I don't know because I was here and I was studying, right? This is it. Okay, now result. This means completed action, finished action by the moment in the past. By the moment in the past. So we talk about some kind of result. By 10 p.m. on Friday, by 10 p.m. on Friday shows you the past. By 10 p.m. on Friday, I had already studied. I had already studied past perfect. I had already studied English and went home. Went home is a simple past. Two actions were in the past, but one action was before. The other was a little bit later. So when you have two actions in the past, which happened one after the other, it will be always like this. The first action, past perfect. The second later action, simple past. Always like this. For example, when I finished school, I had already learned driving. It means I learned driving first and after I finished school, right? When I came here at 7 o'clock today, I had already drunk 2 cups of coffee. So I didn't want to drink any coffee. Got it? Two actions in the past. I drank coffee first, later I arrived at the office. So you put two actions in the past. One in the past perfect, one in the simple past. I had already studied English and went home. By 2. You should remember this by courtesy, by 10. Yeah, and you can even without it. By 10 I had already studied English. Completed action by the moment in the past. Got it? Okay. And now the fourth aspect. The fourth aspect, usually period of time. Period in the past. Period in the past. Usually period shows us how long. Remember, when we talk about how long, we use this. So today is Monday. We started on Thursday. We started here, the course, on Thursday. So you may say that by Monday evening, by today evening, I had because it's the past, group of the past, I had been studying English for how long? For, remember this for, I have been studying English for already Thursday and Friday, for 2 days. I had already been studying for 2 days. By Friday. Let's put it like by Friday. For already 2 days. So here we show the period of time by the moment.
But what's the difference with I have been studying?
I have been studying by now. By now. For example, I have been speaking English for already 2 hours and 15 minutes by now.
Yeah. And
But by the beginning of today, I had been speaking for 2 days. In Russian we translate «Я уже учила в течение 2 дней». By Thursday. This is it. What else can you say? By the moment I came to work for a new company, I had already been dancing tango for 3 months. By the moment I came to work for a new company. By the moment I started this course, I had already been learning English for 5 years. Right? So you learned English for 5 years and then you came to the course. This is it, yeah? This is the idea. Completed action in the past, process in the past, continuous action, a result in the past, period in the past. The same picture as in the present. The same picture. I think it's practice time. Let's practice. Let's begin practicing. You may open your folders and read the grammar there, if you wish.